everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and it's that time again. It is May 2018's Life, Love, and Abundance readings for all 12 astrological signs. So, you know, it's one of my favorite things to do because I've been doing it for a while, and if I stop doing it, that means it's no longer my favorite thing to do. But I just wanted to do my usual intro and also to say that, hey, if you happen to be watching this video and it's not May, that's okay. This sign could be applicable to the time period that you are watching it. And also, I am going to be incorporating a new deck to you all, but not to me. It is the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. I decided to use that in lieu of tarot. So this month it's primarily going to be an oracle reading, unless I am called to pull out some tarot, probably for the love portion of the reading. I could see me possibly needing to consult the tarot, but I haven't decided yet. The reason I'm using the Mildred Payne is a lot of people have been curious about this deck and they want to see it in action, work in action, if you will. It's one of my favorite decks, and it also acts like a tarot in the way that it answers questions. And it's really accurate, and I love it to pieces. So that's what we're going to be doing this month. It'll probably change again like it always does because I've got a few decks and I like to play with them all from time to time. So yeah, there you go. And then also just to say as a quick reminder that this is a general reading, so not all questions can be answered in a general reading and not everything can be covered. I try to keep it as expansive but as detailed in the readings as I possibly can. But if you find that you have more questions that you'd like to get answered, book a reading with me. You can go to abundantlifetarot.com for my reading options. I have several that you can choose from. Or you can go to my Etsy store. Abundant Life Shop is my Etsy store. And there's some reading options there as well. I offer live readings. I do, but they have to be scheduled in advance. I do offer video on demands, which is my most popular way of giving the readings, is sending a video link to you, because then you can watch it anytime. You just send me your questions and then I run the tarot and record the video and I email it to you. Or we could find another format that may work best for you. Maybe chat or maybe text. I don't know. I'm open and flexible with that. But yeah, check it out. If you've never did a reading before, it is quite an experience that you should not deny yourself. So definitely check me out if you are needing something more in depth than your monthly astro reading. So that's the little shameless plug that I'm plugging in. But otherwise, just sit back, my beautiful friends. Sit back, enjoy, get your favorite beverage on, and let's get started. Let's dive right on in. Happy May 2018, or whenever you're watching this. And thanks so much for watching. Hi Libras, we are doing your May Life and Love reading, and this is going to be an oracle reading with our Dear Heart Oracle and the Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. Changing it up, I needed a change, and we're gonna do a change, if you will. Try out some of my other decks. Alright, so Spirit, we'd like the general energies for May that our Libra friends will be working with and through. The overarching overall energies from the Dear Heart Oracle. Actually, I want to make sure I got a good shuffle on these. I have combined my first and second edition Dear Heart Oracle. So if you happen to see two of the same cards, that's the reason why. And that just means to me that the message is amplified when it's got two cards coming out the same. But there's some bonus cards from the second edition that's not in the first edition. And I just decided to use them together. All right, Spirit, any other messages for the month of May for Libra? Oh, all right. Any other messages? See, I told you I was just called to explain. I have not explained that in any of the other readings about the Dear Heart Oracle possibly having two of the same cards because I've combined the deck. And I felt called to say it in this particular reading for Libras, my peeps. And then they come out double. No coincidence there, right? All right. Let's see if there's any other messages. All right, Spirit, any other messages? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Doubly amplified to cleanse this month, Libra, for May. Throughout the month of May, like we're talking cleansing of your home, your car, your workspace, cleansing of your body, you know, maybe detoxing, doing an actual cleanse, exercising, getting enough rest, drinking lots of water, flushing out a cold, flushing out toxins, just flushing out the everyday toxins that we build up, you know, and exercising by sweating. That's a way of detoxing. Drinking lots of fluids, that's a way of detoxing. You're going to find that throughout the whole month of May, there's going to be opportunities for you to cleanse. There's going to be reminders of you to cleanse. There's going to be you actually doing it, and you just called to, like, you just have this urge to purge just because you're making room for new things to blossom in your life, both in love and in life. We'll look more into it as we look into the Dear Heart, but it is interesting that it's doubly amplified. I get a sense that there's also a need to spiritually cleanse, meaning that maybe there's some grieving going on for some of you. And in order to cleanse, you need to have a good cry. You need to cry it out. That sometimes purges some of those pent up emotions that we may have. Also, journaling. That's another way to cleanse what's on your thoughts. Cleansing your thoughts, cleansing out the negative stuff, the negative thought patterns, and trying to replace them with positive thought patterns. Okay, let's take a look at the Dear Heart Oracle. I'm doing a 3-row reading with the, well, that was the Dear Heart. This is the Mildred Payne. We're going to do a 3-row reading. And it can range anywhere from 3 to 5 cards per row. And we're going to ask Spirit, what do Libras need to confront, or what will they be facing in the month of May? Okay. Okay. Before I go into those, I'm going to put out all the cards on the table here. The next row we're looking at is what tools can Libras use in both life and love in the month of May to help them manifest what they need to manifest and want to manifest, and help them navigate what it is that they will be confronting. What tools? What tools? Okay. All right. And what will happen in the month of May? What's the outcome cards? What's to be revealed in the month of May for Libras? This is the final row. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. So first up, when we were looking at the row, what you will be confronting or facing in the month of May, we have the puppet, or poppet as it is on this card, axe, moth, and cauldron. All right, so with the puppet, we're dealing with here manipulation. There's some brainwashing going on, manipulation. Someone in the situation is having control over the other person. So, you know, you typically would think of this going on in an interpersonal relationship between maybe lovers, partners. This manipulation, brainwashing can also be a boss onto an employee or a coworker to coworker, friend to friend, sibling to sibling. There, in the month of May, there's a sense that you have either been dealing with someone who was like this, or maybe in your recent past, you had to deal with someone who was a manipulator, a brainwasher, and now there's a need to cleanse yourself of those memories, cleanse yourself of those energies from that relationship so that it doesn't carry on to other relationships in the future. Maybe that's why there's an amplified cleanse. This is not necessarily for some of you a current issue. Some of you, yes, you will be dealing with something going on like that in the month of May. But for many of you, I get a sense that this is more of a past energy that you're dealing with, but you're still dealing with it. So there's a need to cleanse and purge that energy from your life. We have 56, and that's axe. And we have that typically would denote conflicts or disputes, estrangement, cutting someone down to size, cutting something down to size. But on the positive side with an axe, you know, just even with conflicts and disputes, sometimes there can be progress on the other side of that. This card could also represent progress once you've cut the situation down to size. So I get a sense that the manipulator, you end up bringing this person down to size in your mind. They start to not have as much power over you as they had before. Maybe this thought pattern that you had going on, maybe it's not even someone outside of you. Maybe it's you and your own negative thought patterns. You're this, you're a saboteur. You're, the person who, the inside of you that is sabotaging you. Maybe you're finally cutting that down to size. You're cleansing your thoughts. You're cleansing that energy from you. So that could be also what that is speaking to. Sometimes we can be our own worst critic, and that could be speaking to that as well. And so, this also could represent for some Libras some conflicts that may be going on in May. And as a result of that, there's a need to cleanse that energy, that negative energy. But once it's cleansed, there is progress, there is transformation. As we see with the moth, towards the middle to end of the month, with the moth, you have, where there's transformation. Just like with the butterfly, it sometimes goes through a cocooning part. And then it goes through a part where it rids itself of its old body and now it's moving to its new body. That's the same with the moth. And that's what you are now experiencing. So that's why I get a sense that this may be dealing more with past energies versus new energies for many of you. Because this is making you realize and reflect in your, that you've come a long way. You've transformed. You've changed. It also could represent, in terms of matters of the heart and matters of love, that there is someone who is clingy to you, or maybe you are showing signs of being clingy to a partner. And this card is asking for you to recognize that and to take measures to alleviate that. If it's you, you need to check yourself. And if it's someone who is clingy to you, you need to have a frank conversation with them so that way it's clear that the clingy behavior is too much, thereby cleansing that situation, setting appropriate boundaries. And then finally, in the month of May, we have Cauldron 42. And this is about fertility. So some of you Libras out there will be finding out that you are expecting a baby. This also could mean the fertility of a new project that you're creating, maybe a new endeavor you're starting, maybe a new job for some of you. But it also definitely means that this is a fertile time. If you're not having a baby just yet, this is a great time for you Libras to conceive. It's a fertile time for you. It's also a fertile time of creation for you. It's also for some of you a magical time. Those who actually really believe in the essence of manifestation and magic, if you will, you will finally start to see your magical experimentations come to pass, come to light, come to being. And then there's a lot of experimentation going on, successful experimentation where you're seeing positive outcomes from trying little things. Like I used to do little experiments on manifesting. I would try to manifest small little things to start to build my confidence on manifesting bigger things. For example, I manifested a designer bottle of perfume. I literally set the intention and within the next day was entering a contest for a bottle of perfume at a department store. And lo and behold, I won my perfume. Crazy stuff like that. Experimentation. So a lot of that going on for you. A lot of magical moments. It's a time of immense cleansing, purging, and transformation for you in the month of May, Libras. What tools you can take with you along the way this month? We have Stump 60, and 60 tells us there's something that seems to or feels like it's ending prematurely in your life, and so how you deal with that or how you need to deal with that is to be resilient. You may have to extract yourself from a certain situation. So by being resilient, by setting appropriate boundaries and being clear about things and extracting yourself, cleansing yourself from a certain situation, that is the best medicine and the best tool you can do. And many of you, if you're watching this, you know the situation I'm speaking to. Perhaps you can have an ally and a girlfriend, a friend, maybe not like a girlfriend, like a lover, but like a friend who happens to be a woman. There could be some guidance that you receive from someone. So don't be afraid to lean on the advice of a good friend. That could be in the form of a colleague, a mother, a sister, a lover perhaps. But she just has some kind words to say, some lighthearted advice that really helps you see the bigger picture in a more expansive way than you were able to see before. Also, this card is inviting you to keep your thoughts as carefree as possible, to cleanse your thought patterns of negativity, and to keep your emotions youthful. Like how the youth are able to be carefree. And make sure each day you're having just even 10 minutes of a moment where you're feeling carefree. That is a tool you can rely upon, surprisingly, that will really pay off in tenfold, okay? But it's super important to do that, to keep it lighthearted, to keep it fun, to keep it youthful, even for just a few moments. 64, we have the arrow. It's time to set some goals and you will achieve your success. This is a fertile time to now start to think about the goals that you want to manifest and have. And then this is the time that it will actually have success. This also indicates that if you were wondering about a certain person, for those who are single, this is a good time to shoot that Cupid's arrow to them and kind of let your feelings be known. Give them that message that you are interested. This is a fertile time for love. This is a fertile time for mending old relationships. This is also a fertile time for those who are seeking love to actually find it. So really, you've got to set some goals and get clear about what it is you want, so that the universe can be able to manifest that, help you create what you need to create. And then finally, we have 15, Sun. Remaining optimistic is another tool that's super important to have. Remaining optimistic, keeping your energy levels up, exercising, just making sure that you stay powerful, energetic, and exercise definitely helps with your mental clarity, and also staying connected to your friends. That's another tool to have in your arsenal. It's to make sure that you are staying friendly, staying connected, staying healthy, staying in also a little bit grounded in the earthly now and here and now, if that makes any sense. And, being very optimistic, very grateful for the life that you have and the life that you've created for yourself. Then we look at the outcome cards and what's to come or what's to manifest in the month of May. And we have 10 for I, knowledge. You're going to bear witness to the start of your month where you're getting this urge to cleanse and purge, to mend relationships within yourself and outside of yourself, and how you actually watch the transformation and the magic happen in your life. You're going to bear witness to that, and it's going to give you some lifelong knowledge that you're going to be able to share with others. You're going to be surprised by how powerful this coming month is. It's going to be remarkable and memorable, okay, for these reasons. And something may happen, like some of you may have, God forbid, it may look kind of negative at first, when maybe a flood in the kitchen, and then it causes you to have to really, really deep clean the kitchen. Something like that may happen. Some of you, it may not be something as dramatic as that, but it's just maybe getting over a cold. And once you cleanse your body of the cold, you cleanse your whole home, your whole way of thinking. Everything changes, and then you start to hasten your ability to manifest. And so that's beautiful. With number 7, the Tooth card, it typically is dealing with losing something considered permanent, a difficult separation, or illness. Like I said, many of you will be having some sort of illness that you either are getting over from April, or you will get the illness in May and get over it in May, or it may even carry on to June. But many of you may be facing that. Some of you also may be losing something that you thought was permanent, for example, a job or a home, if you will. But it really is letting go of the lesser for the greater. Perhaps a car got totaled in an accident this month, of May. But now, maybe you don't know. Maybe that car getting into a really bad accident prevented you from being in a really bad mechanical situation where you end up eating all the costs by yourself. But there's a blessing on the other side of losing something, what feels prematurely, what feels like it was snatched from you. anyway, it turns out it's going to be a blessing. Maybe losing something, losing a whole bunch of data on your computer, for example, but now your computer has got room to now be able to create again. It wasn't able to do that before the big crash. Not pleasant, but it's just another way of looking at it, right? Then we have 65 for Dove. 65 for Dove, you are going to experience peace. This, towards the middle to end of the month of May, you're going to have a time of harmony, friendships, a lot of, blessings, prosperity, abundance, healing, and good health. So after you get over that illness, you're going to be so appreciative. You're going to want to hang out with friends. You want to feel alive again. Some of you finally are getting windfalls of money coming in, raises. Some of you are getting promotions. Many of you are finally getting your tax refunds after filing your taxes. So the refund monies is coming. Others have just fallen on good times where their businesses are finally taking off. So in the month of May, like I said, it's going to go down in the history for you Libras that it's going to be transformative. But then, yeah, you're going to have some kind of sucky kind of experiences, but it's really going to blossom into beautiful, bigger, life-changing things happening. Then finally we have the Dagger card, and the Dagger typically deals with, it says deceit, betrayal, and hidden aggressions. And you may have some of that going on, but I get a sense that this is about you looking back at everything and seeing, in the beginning, it started with dealing with some hidden aggressions, dealing with some deceit, dealing with some not so fun stuff. Now you're reflecting though, and you realize, I'm now on the other side. I'm now stronger and better for it, and I can understand that what really was going on with this situation, and now I don't have to get my feelings all caught up. But not having gone through everything you've gone through in the month of May, you may not have gotten there as easily as if this card would have happened in the beginning, when you're also dealing with manipulation and going on, or dealing with past manipulation, maybe an ex who used to manipulate the relationship and the situation into their favor. This would be very difficult to deal with. Something will come up at the end of May that's going to demonstrate to you how far you've come. And you're going to be very proud of yourself, and you should be. You should applaud yourself. Really and truly. All right, my dears, I've gone and rambled on long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Many blessings to you, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye. Hello, Scorpio. We are doing your May life and love reading. This is a month to month, full month reading here. We're going to first look at the overall energies that you'll be working with for the month of May for Scorpio. I have combined my first and second edition Dear Heart Oracle, so you may see two of the same cards, but that just means to me that the information or the message is amplified by two. It's even more so. So let's see what Spirit has to say about what Scorpio's energies that they'll be working with and through for the month of May. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if there's any other messages. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have wisdom, nice, and radiate. Radiating wisdom, or your wise self is radiating wisdom out to others. And regardless, it's a beautiful thing to have going on in the month of May. So the overall energies that you'll be working with throughout the month of May is either you imparting wisdom on others or you receiving some wisdom. And it very well could be both scenarios for you, where it's a beautiful cycle of both. And you are also having some life affirming things happening right now in your life in the month of May, where you are radiating peace, love, and happiness and abundance. So it's a beautiful time for you, just based on what the Dear Heart Oracle, what it has to say. We'll see more specifically what the wisdom and the radiate cards are speaking to when we get out the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. We are going to do a 3-row reading, and I'm going to have anywhere from 3 to 5 cards per row. The first question we're going to ask Spirit is, what do Scorpios need to confront, or what will they be facing in the month of May? Okay, next question is, what tools can Scorpios use in the month of May to help them navigate? They move forward. What tools? What tools for Scorpios? Okay, nice. Good. Okay, and then finally, what will happen for Scorpios, or what's the outcome cards for Scorpio for May in life and love? It's nice. It literally is mirroring what's going on in the Dear Heart Oracle. It's really cool, actually. I'm excited for you, Scorpios. All right. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath here. So the first card we have is the Pipe card. And the Pipe card is peaceful outcomes, tranquility, contentment, all the comforts of home, spirituality. So in the month of May and throughout the month of May, there's a sense of tranquility going on in your life, a Zen time for you finally, where you are just kind of, relaxing, radiating peace, radiating wisdom. You're able to just kind of have a good time sitting when I think of a pipe, I think of, two people sitting on a porch, in a rocking chairs, creaking back and forth, enjoying life, enjoying that peace, no tightness in their chest or belly, relaxation. Okay. It's quite beautiful. And then we have the 29 card, which is for Moth, which Moth is about transformation. It is also about being hopelessly attracted to something. It also could tend to speak about a clingy person that may be in your life. But I guess it's not really bothering you to this point. Perhaps you're not bothering the person. Maybe you're the one who's clingy. This also could be just a codependent relationship, a marriage even, that's going on. It's not necessarily a bad thing. This card, though, I get a sense is really speaking to the vast majority of you Scorpios about transformation, about arriving to this place of tranquility, but it having to be a transformative process. You were not always this easy going, this wise, this radiant. There was a time where you weren't, and now you are. So it's quite beautiful. There's some doors opening for you. There's some new opportunities coming your way in the month of May. New job prospects for those who are looking. Even for those who are not looking, there may be doors that you didn't realize were going to be open to you, now opening up to you. Now, with the door, you are entering a new situation in your life. You're now faced with some new choices. Some of you who are dating are now having an opportunity to go into a relationship with someone or choose a relationship. Some of you will be choosing for multiple partners, while others of you may be choosing to be single, going through the door of singlehood. There's a lot of transformation and change going on for you Scorpios, but I don't get a sense that it's like negative change or like stemming from like a really bad thing. I get a sense that the transformation is coming as a result of simply new opportunities coming your way, which is cool. That's something to be radiant about. Interviews that are being asked of you. Just also extraordinary kind of opportunities that you were not expecting. And then we have 53 for iceberg. There will be some obstacles that come up, but you will be able to have the wisdom to overcome it, and the peace and the wisdom to know not to stress out about it this time around, which again signals transformation. You may not have always been like this. This also could be hidden emotions that's finally coming up to the surface in the month of May. Some things finally coming up finally. That's also causing you to have to do some self-exploration, because there could be some problems going on that are bigger than you think. Some emotional things going on that you didn't realize was deeper than you thought. And now you have the opportunity to really dig a little deeper, a little further into that situation, into your psyche around a certain situation or around a certain person. You may have the opportunity to fix something, a situation that seemed, on the surface, not so bad, not so big. But as you get closer, like an iceberg, you realize, oh my gosh, this is running deeper and bigger than I thought. But you will be able to navigate around it just fine. Then we are looking at tools that you will be using in the month of May. And we have the stick card. The stick card, it's about branching out on your own, and I get a sense that this stick represents you asserting your power, you making a way, you also rising up, like the card's meaning says, branching out. So this is a tool for you. Use this as a tool. This month, don't be afraid to branch out, get out of your comfort zone. Find ways to kind of expand your reach, expand your horizons. Then you have Rose 23. See the beauty. Another tool for you is be kind, be a gift. Ask yourself this month as a tool, where in your life can you be a gift to others? Where can you be a beautiful gift to others? That's what I did when I was working in another job that at some point I was ready to move on from, but I still obviously needed to make money. So I would say, okay, Spirit, how can I be of service today to someone? How can I bless as many people as I can today? You know, you think of the how. I just want, this is my intention. And over again, I was being a blessing to others. And then in turn, people were saying great things about me. And then I was able to move on to another job, because I didn't get stuck in negative thinking, looking at the job in a negative light. I started to look at it in a positive way. And how can I be of service? And then that is how I was able to manifest getting on to something else, if that makes any sense. I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but that's what I felt the need, as far as being able to see the beauty in a situation. Even if that situation or person is no longer in alignment with you or serving you to your highest good, you can still see the beauty in it, on how it's really blessing you still, and how you can bless it. Time, you have the hourglass, you know, just recognizing that, you know, you have to manage your time. So your tool this month is also to be a good steward of your time management. No one else is going to do that for you, so you have to do it for yourself. You have to be wise in how much you allot for certain things and certain tasks to get done. You have to be, like I said, a good steward of your time. You know, if you're going to, you know, blow off, or, you know, just kind of blow off some steam all the time, or lay around, or do this, just understand that that's taken away from some other ways where you can be productive. So just be aware and cognizant of that. Time management is crucial for you this coming month, because you will have some demands placed on you, both from family, both from work, both from your own just life, you know, things going on. So now it's time for you to use a planner, use a phone, you know, a phone app, use some sort of measurement to stick to your plans. Then we have 40 for cup, you know, excuse me, not 40 for cup. This is a chalice, but it also means cup. Recognizing that you have an abundance of things going on in your life, that you are abundant, that it's time to celebrate your accomplishments this month. It's time to celebrate maybe family birthdays, that maybe you guys hadn't had an opportunity to celebrate birthdays before, and now you do. It's really time to have some fun. With the chalice card, it's also talking about dreams and aspirations yet to be fulfilled. So this card is about, hey, what are your dreams, Scorpio? What are your aspirations? Do you know? Have you lost touch with what they are? Are they even still what you mean? You know, a lot of times our dreams change and evolve as we change and evolve. Are we tapped into that? Spirit is asking you, as a tool for the month of May, to really get clear about what your dreams are, what your aspirations are. So that way, going into June, you have some more of a blueprint for Spirit to work with. Okay? Then finally we get to the outcome cards. 24 is for mirror, and we're reflecting. Towards the end of the month, or in the beginning of the month for sure, we're recognizing what a beautiful life we've got going on here. With the 24 card, though, it really is all about self-reflection. It's about reevaluating your perceptions. And we talked about that earlier. We talked about that, reevaluating your perceptions about how you're looking at things. So you may have to rewind it, because I can't even quite remember what I said just 2 minutes ago. But again, there's going to be a lot of self-reflecting going on throughout the entire month of May for you. So just be prepared. And it's not a bad thing. It's how we kind of learn. It's how we gain our wisdom. It's how, like I said, we're gaining wisdom and then we're imparting wisdom. We're radiating and we're receiving that light and we're radiating that light. It's quite beautiful energy. Then we have 37 pentagram. 37 for pentagram is, just having the humanity, you keeping your humanity throughout the whole situation, whatever that situation may be. If you're letting down someone that you're not trying to have a relationship with, you're remaining humble, and so that is what I get a sense of. There may be some of you turning down relationships. There may be some of you turning your back on some friendships, but doing so in a humane and loving way, not in a harsh way. It's also, with number 37, it says the sum of lifetime of choices, material gains. So, like I said, you will recognize that you are abundant, and there's going to be opportunities to prove that you are abundant. Evidence that you are in an abundant universe. You're going to have much evidence of that going on. We know this to be true because then we have the 59 card, the ribbon card, which portends of happy times, celebration, festivities going on, a formal occasion. Like I said, there may be maybe a birthday, maybe there's finally an anniversary. You guys can celebrate, you and your loved one. It could be a whole host of things that you may be celebrating, but nevertheless, you will be celebrating, maybe celebrating a promotion. It is a symbol of hope, and this ribbon, so it's just really, again, saying that for Scorpios in the month of May, you really are having an abundance of blessings coming at you and through you, and it's not just because you're just so amazingly awesome, although that is a good part of it. It's because you're now gaining something from this, some wisdom that you're going to be imparting to others on how they too can have an abundant life. And then finally, 39, you're getting some stuff done with the broom. 39 is about getting the situation in order, I like to say getting your affairs in order, taking care of your domestic duties. It's also for some of you, it could be where you're having a lot of fun, a lot of one-night stand activity, while others of you, you're finally, sensually connecting with your partner again. So there's some of that going on, but I really strongly get a sense that at the end of the month, you're going to really look back at it and you're going to see, I've gotten a lot of things done. I've gotten this situation in order. I've gotten a schedule in place. I don't feel so harried and rushed. I'm able to make dinner for my family a couple of nights a week now, whereas before I wasn't even doing that. There's going to be a lot of self-reflecting and learning the wisdom that has come from that. And you're just going to be more of a beautiful partner to your lover. And for those who are out there dating, you're going to appear so attractive to others. You're going to be radiating this sensuality, this, I can't even describe it. It's like there's going to be so much chemistry to you. Like people are going to find you magnetic. You're going to be radiating life and love. And so as a result of it, be prepared that your love life will kick into better and higher gear. It's just going to be so much fun for you. So this also will be for you a very beautiful and powerful month. So enjoy it. You'll remember it. It will be a memorable month for you, Scorpios. You can trust and believe that. So much love, many blessings. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Hello, Sagittarians. We are doing your May life and love reading, and this is a monthly reading here. We're doing it a little differently this month. We are only doing an oracle reading with 2 oracles, but no tarot this month. Just trying to simplify things for myself moving forward, and just gonna experiment with some different decks for a little while and go from there. So the first deck we're using is the Dear Heart Oracle. I've combined the first and second edition to make like one mega deck. So there may be some 2 like duplicates when I pull, and that's okay. That's just the message being more amplified or like more emphasized. So just be prepared for that in case that happens. And then the other deck that I'm using, which works really well like in place of or in lieu of a tarot reading, it is the Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle. So we'll be doing a 3-row reading with that. Just wanted to give like a little breakdown of what's to come here. Okay. All right, so let's get started. Let me turn down my music. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so Spirit, we are looking for the overall energies for the month of May for Sagittarians. What are the energies they will be dealing with or working through? Spirit, okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, so the first card that came up was Shadow Self and Transformation. And so in the month of May, Sagittarians, you will be going within. You see how the spiral is either going outward or maybe going inward. And there's like a cocooning moment happening for you in the month of May where you're kind of pulling in, reeling in, if you will, trying to gather up your energy stores and really working on yourself and working on understanding what makes you tick. As a result of that inner shadow self work that you'll be doing in the month of May, there will be transformation that is as a result of the shadow self work that you'll be doing. For some of you, you may not be ready to do that shadow self work, and this card is just confirmation that time and time again this coming month in May, you will be confronted with aspects of your shadow self that you'll be having to face. And until you face it, you will not achieve the transformation that you're trying to achieve to get to the next level. So we'll look a little more closely at these energies as we delve into the Mildred Payne. All right. And here we go with the Mildred Payne. So we're going to do 3 rows of 3 to 5 cards per row. The first question is, what do Sagittarians need to confront or need to know, or what to expect in the month of May? Oops, actually, let me pull these up. They're so little and slippery. Okay. For Sagittarians, what will they be confronting in the month of May? What do they need to know? All messages. Okay. All right, so what tools can Sagittarians use in the month of May to help them on their journey? What tools can Sagittarians who are watching this video use okay. Okay. And what will happen, or what will be the outcome of the month as it unfolds for Sagittarians in the month of May? Or whenever they watch this video. In life and love. And abundance. Okay, so what you'll be confronting, or what you'll be seeing and knowing or need to know, is that there is going to be a lot of hope in the month of May for you. So even though you may be dealing with some aspects of yourself that are less desirable that you wish that you didn't have to deal with, there's hope that you're going to get to the other side of this. 65 is the Dove card, and it is about peace. It represents a time of harmony for you. It represents friendship. It also can indicate blessings that are on the way to you or that have arrived. It also speaks to prosperity and abundance in your life. And it's a card about healing taking place in your life and good health. So perhaps some of you may have had some depression in the recent past. And as a result of doing some shadow self-work, you were able to transform. And so now this card is saying you will be healed this month. There will be some healing that happens for you. There is hope for you. For those who maybe have a more physical transformation in terms of maybe their health improved, that's a physical transformation for you. When we're ill, that does bring up a lot of shadow self stuff. You know, a lot of negative feelings about life. Jealousy about other people who are not experiencing the same kind of things that you're going through. So to move into a place of wholeness and wellness and well-being is wonderful. And that's what's happening this month. So this card may speak more to the energies that are happening at the beginning of the month and the end of April, beginning of May. But this is telling me that it's not like a negative kind of shadow self thing where you're like going down and you're dealing with like a, raging addiction of some sort. I get, because the transformation card is next to the shadow self, that there is more of a positive connotation to what's happening there and not necessarily something bad. Then we have here 23 for flower. 23 is about beauty. It's about kindness. It's about gifts. It's about blossoming abilities or potential, because this card is next to the hope, or it's in between the hope card and then the orbiculum, which is like a crystal ball. This, for some Sagittarians who are watching this, is saying your psychic abilities are increasing, or perhaps if you're not psychic, maybe you have other talents. Your gifts are increasing as you spend more time working, doing it. And there's a beauty about this whole progression, and there's hope. That's the reason why there's transformation happening, is because you are hopeful for your future now, whereas before you may not have been so hopeful. there may have been things that came up in the past that wasn't so hopeful for you. But it's interesting, the Orbiculum card. With the Orbiculum, I wanted to see if there's any other things that... What I love about this card is it represents also sudden insights, prophetic glimpses into the future, searching for answers. And we spoke about this just briefly, where some of you have a gift of sight, or, you know, of being able to see things, and this is growing. It's becoming more in demand for you and from you. And then also, you may get sudden insights about your path, your journey this month, as you move from the beginning, mid to ending of May. You're going to start to see things happening, falling into place where, again, once you weren't so hopeful, this month you carry hope. And it looks like throughout the month. With the Stump card, 60 is about, let's see, something ending prematurely. Resistance may indicate the need to extract yourself from a certain situation. Okay, so something ending prematurely. Some of you may end up, you know, the job may end up ending prematurely. Perhaps a living situation that you thought was a permanent situation ends permanently. A relationship could come to an end, whether it's a friendship or an intimate relationship. It could just come to an end. But it's also because you may need to extract yourself from that situation to begin with. Like, for example, if it's the living situation, it may not be all that great to be living there in the first place. So it may be best to move from that location. For some of you, for jobs where it's just not really working out and they lay you off or you get fired, it may be a blessing. The same with relationships. There's always a blessing on the other side of a situation. There really is. You just have to open your eyes and see the situation for what it really truly is. But sometimes we're so close upon a situation in our life that we are not able to see the bigger picture. And that's okay. That's the season you're in. But in time, as time does heal all wounds, as time goes by, you're able to get a new perspective on things, which leads us to row 2, which is about the tools that you can use and that you will have at your disposal this coming month. Lighthouse comes up. Again, about shedding light on a certain situation and looking at it for truly what it is. It's about also the strength to weather a storm. A lighthouse is something that helps you to navigate through troubled times. And it means spiritual growth for some people. They're in with the Dove card next to it. And then the Poison card is like trials and tribulations, but maintaining that hope. But what I like about this card is how it's got this light looking towards the past, looking at something for the situation for what it truly is. There's something being called in your life to look at it for what it is, being honest with yourself about it, forgiving yourself and moving on. And that could be the transformation that you need. There's something that just kind of keeps poisoning your thoughts. It's time to clean your thoughts, purge, cleanse your thoughts. Let's look at poison. 45 is saying accepting something harmful, self-destruction, toxic people. So this card is about, there may be people around you, even almost in your acquaintance or close circle, that may be toxic, maybe negative, maybe not in your best interest. It's time to maybe try to extract yourself, like this card says, and it looks like this card is confirmation that you will at some point during the month of May, where you recognize this person or this situation is a little too toxic for me. I need to pull back. I need to not drink the Kool-Aid anymore. I'm going to pull back, and I can still be cool. I can still be okay with this person or the situation, but I don't have to drink the Kool-Aid anymore and be a part of the situation as in depth as I have been. Another tool that you have is fire. 17. 17 is about passion. Fire is about passion. So passion, creativity, consuming emotions, utter destruction. So that's the other side of this. But on the one hand, if we're looking at tools for you, bringing forth your passions this month, looking at what really stirs your soul, lights a fire in your belly, in your heart, your soul space. Look at that and start doing more of that. That is a tool you need to do. You need to start moving in the direction that you're trying to go in life. Otherwise, you're just going to stay stuck in the place that you're not really trying to be staying stuck in. This is a time to be creative. This is a tool for you. It is time to be creative in thoughts, creative in new ideas that you can try and do. Being open-minded about that. That is uber important, and that's a tool that you can use this month going forward. Remaining open-minded and starting to, no matter what you do, find ways each day to be creative. Creative in how you shop for the household, creative in art, hobbies, whatever the case may be. Time to get that fire lit inside of you. 21, key. This card could represent for you freedom or imprisonment. Because we're looking at it as a tool, we want you to recognize that you hold the key to your freedom, to the life that you wish to live, which would to you equate to freedom. Only you can unlock this door and go into what really is going to stir your soul and really tap into the alignment of your abundance. When you're doing something you love, where it feels like it's not even work, that's when it's like so easy to then gain so much abundance because it comes easy to you. This also for some of you represents, some of you are going to be resolving like a conundrum or a mystery that maybe happened in April or early part of May. You will finally realize or figure it out. Whatever this mystery is, whatever this conundrum is, you're going to get the key to it, some of you. So that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that manifests. What that could be, I'm not sure. But, as far as what you will be solving, not sure. Keeping something safe. So just making sure you keep your thoughts clean and safe. Keep your secrets safe. Make sure you just are recognizing who is to be trusted and who is not to be trusted this month. Not to say you really have a lot to worry about, but this poison card just tells me there is someone around you that could be, not the healthiest, but you hold the key to protecting yourself and your thoughts and your space. You hold the key to your creativity. You hold the key to everything, to your freedom. So these are your tools for the month of May. And then in terms of life and love, what's the outcome or what's happening in the month of May for you? We have 32, which is a ladder. High achievements at work, high achievements in your personal endeavors. For those who are dating, you're going to be actually going on dates. It's a beautiful time to go on dates for you. Many of you are in the Northern Hemisphere who are watching. It's springtime here. It's fall time in the Southern Hemisphere. It's a beautiful time to build and walk up and move up and ascend with a new partner. And this is a great time to do that. It's a great time to date. Even if you don't have someone currently, you are now ascending and going higher and higher to getting closer to meeting that person. So this is good. You know, after it's all said and done throughout the month of May, it just looks like yeah, you've got some shadow self-work that you're going to be working on, and you're going to be kind of doing some protective stuff, maybe carrying a protective stone with you, you know, and looking up a protective stone that really works and resonates with you, and then wearing it throughout the month of May. I would suggest that. Maybe some, I love my black gold sheen obsidian. And that you could carry this as a little honker, you know, of a, you know, it's a little much. But I have also some labradorite that I wear. And for some reason, for me, it works as a protective stone. It's not necessarily the case for everyone else, but find a stone that really will work for you in terms of protection. Then we have 38 for Bell. Bell says an awakening, beginning or an end of some important event, a warning. Because the poison card is above the Bell card, I get a sense that you're going to get a warning from someone. Someone's going to let you know about this particular person. It could be a colleague. It could be a friend. It could be, you know, if it's, it could be a relative, but you're going to get a warning. For some of you, you're going to be awakened to what's going on, and it's going to be causing some shifts, some feelings, some old dormant feelings that come up. But it's good, because this is going to transform you. You're going to become stronger from the things going on this month. And then it's not all bad, because we have the chalice card or the cup card. And this card is about abundance. It's about celebration. Maybe some of you are going to be celebrating friends or relatives' birthdays, or celebrating a promotion, or celebrating an anniversary. But there's going to be some abundance of happiness going on, dreams or aspirations yet to be realized, meaning that it's below the, look at this. For some of you, maybe it's to have your own business that's dealing with, you know, natural insight like tarot, or maybe some other form of healing, and it's your passion. And as long as you really start to get creative and really start to take baby steps on your path, you will reach your abundance. You will receive what it is you're trying to go after. But you are going to have to start taking some steps and moving in that direction, even if it's just research. But you got to take the next step of actually providing a service for someone, so then you can then start to do that exchange of you providing a service and then you receiving monies in exchange for that service, which brings us to the hand card. With the hand card, again, it's like you're going to, in the month of May, give or receive help. You're going to use your skills for a purpose. And I get a sense that you're finally going to say, you know what, I'm just going to take a chance. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to sell this bracelet, or I'm going to sell this reading, or I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And you're going to find that there's so many people who want to help you on your journey. And it's your job to now receive that. So also be ready to be of service. You may be providing some of your services for free in the beginning, but that's okay, because you're just kind of getting yourself out there, making a name for yourself. So it's a beautiful time for you. In terms of love, it's also a time, I get a sense that there is some ascension in the relationships. If you're in a committed relationship, there's a deepening and growing more connected to your partner this month. And for the singles, there's a sense that you are, even if you're single and there's no one around, you're starting to be okay with where you are in the season you are in your life, and working on other passions in the meanwhile until that partner comes in. It's becoming easier for you to see the bigger picture. And when you are able to step back and stop worrying and fretting over when the right person's going to come in, then that's when the right person comes in. So that's it. I've rambled on long enough. I thank you all so much for watching. So many blessings to you. Mwah. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.